Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Sharita and the name of my channel is Unique by Sharita. Welcome. There's something about the holiday season that inspires me to dive into home projects. While I have a few ambitious projects lined up before the holiday season, today's video will focus on painting our dining room. A simple yet impactful project. I'm excited to color drench our dining room, which is the same color as the accent wall connected to this space. And I'll be using this timeless color, which I've had in my home 12 years, and it's been popular the last 5 years. Urbane Bronze by Sherwin-Williams, and I'll be using a matte finish on the walls, trim and baseboard, and a flat finish on the ceiling. Color drenching involves using a single color on both the walls and the trim to create a cohesive and immersive look. This technique can be a bit tricky, especially in an open floor plan. The challenge lies in compartmentalizing the space in a way that distinguishes it while maintaining a harmonious flow with the rest of the home. Most designers advise against color drenching in an open floor plan because it can disrupt the visual continuity between rooms. However, my dining room is somewhat sectioned off, making it a suitable candidate for this technique. By carefully selecting the right color and ensuring it complements the adjoining space, I'll show you how color drenching can effectively define and enrich my dining area. Once the painting is complete, I'll show you some strategies that you can use to make sure your color drenching harmonizes with the overall design of your home. These tips will help maintain a seamless transition between your dining room and other areas of your home, enhancing the beauty and functionality of the open floor plan. I started this project by applying one coat of matte paint on the side walls, baseboards, and trim. Then I completely covered the floors with the same paper before moving on to the ceiling with the flat paint. You can definitely tell the difference in the sheens of paint, so I used a different paintbrush and roller for each of the sheens of paint, making sure not to mix them up. I also placed the tools in the center of the floor because I wanted to avoid bumping the chandelier. As you can see, we did not take down our chandelier to paint the ceiling. As I recall, my husband had a really hard time installing the chandelier because it did not line up completely with the hardware and wiring in the ceiling. So I used painter's tape to completely cover the housing of the chandelier and painted completely around it. Another note is our vents are in the ceiling and they would not budge, so I could not take them down and paint them. Instead, I painted them on the ceiling using the same brush, and it took me 3 rounds to completely cover that vent and make sure that it was evenly coated. As a DIYer, I can share my tips from my personal experience, although others might have different methods of color drenching and painting a room. This is what worked for me. I do have a paint sprayer, but because of the project size and my time constraints for cleaning and ease of use, I decided not to use it. Professionals might also have their opinions. So now let's put our space back together and decorate the space as well. And remember, we are decorating for this upcoming holiday season. Although Thanksgiving has not come yet, I definitely am considering that while decorating my table and dining room for the holidays. Just a side note, I did remove all of the dinnerware that I store in this sideboard to be able to move this sideboard with ease. It does look a little hard, but it actually wasn't using these furniture sliders. Now I'm going to put the same rug back in place because I absolutely love it. The only thing was I turned it around because one side of the rug gets a little more wear from people entering and exiting our home. So I want to make sure that I did move that around. And now I'm going to hang my curtains. I did cover the holes that were there because I wanted to move my curtain holders out, but instead I went back with the original holes. I did have a little peep of that, but they were covered and they were really easy to put back in place. And this is how the space looks the next day. And now it's time to hang our art. I did order another piece of art for the living room, so I did bring in the other piece of art just to see if I would like it in this space. And I don't think I like it as much. Tell me what you think in the comments. And I may even show you a picture of the piece of art that I ordered, but let me know how you all like this piece of art in this space. I'm just going to lean it up on the sideboard and step back and look at it just like I would in normal instances. Now here is the original art that has been in this space for years, and I still love this piece. It is a timeless piece. It just depends on your style. So this was a piece from Revelation. I don't have a link, but they do still sell it, and I had two of these pieces of art, and I ended up selling one, and of course I kept this one, and I still absolutely love it. Y'all, the one thing I forget to do when I'm hanging art, as well as using painter's tape for other things, is removing the painter's tape. Now, in this situation, I should have removed the painter's tape while the paint was still kind of wet. That way, if I needed to touch up, I could have done it easily just around the surface or the area that I can noticeably see that needs to be touched up. But we got it done and we're good to go, and we can continue with decorating the space. I've been leaning, stepping, and all over this table. And of course, before I start decorating the space, the first thing I am going to do on camera is clean the surfaces. And of course, y'all know I love my Method cleaner in the almond scent for all of my hardwood surfaces, and today wouldn't be any different. Although I am spraying my surface, I highly recommend you spraying your towel and wiping the surface because you don't want the cleaning solution to absorb into your wood surface. So sometimes I do that because it really needs to be clean. In this case, it really needed a deep cleaning because when I was was removing the tape, there was a time or two I may have placed my foot on the tape. And as you know, I have those really tall lamps that I get so many questions about. They're pretty pricey, but they're gorgeous and they're timeless. But in this case, we're going to be adding those bronze gold lamps to the space. I feel like it will play really nice with the dark color walls. And those lamps that I shared are pretty popular now. I've even noticed some of the other creators have purchased them through my link. So thank you all for purchasing them. And that goes to show that creators can influence other creators. And thank you all for purchasing these lamps through my links as well. The good thing about these lamps is that they have a clear cord, but I am tucking them behind the sideboard, and then I'm going to join them in one cord and run it on the other side of the wall, because I want that sideboard to be completely flush against the wall, and I'm using this plant to hide the cord. The light bulbs I'm using in these lamps, you can barely tell they're on during the daytime, but when the lights are off, this is how they look. I did switch it up a little bit. So some of the items I'm adding to this sideboard were in another part of the living room. Actually, they were on the living room coffee table, and I'm moving them over here because I feel like it's going to look really nice with the color of the wall. I'm changing out the light bulbs. I'm replacing the daylight LED bulbs with soft light LED ones because our walls are darker. I want to keep the vibe going. My goal is to warm the room, and the warm bulbs will create a cozy atmosphere, making it a warmer, cozier, romantic vibe for our dinner parties. If at some point I want to illuminate the space, I can just swap out the bulbs and we're good to go. These lights come in an 8-pack. I do need at least 2 boxes. I need to go back and purchase another box to complete the look. These are the candelabra ones from Home Depot. I will leave a link to these. Absolutely love them. They are indoor, outdoor, water resistant as well. Now, sometimes I do try to focus on centering my table on the rug, or centering my sofa, whatever I'm placing on the rug, but sometimes we don't have the space to do that according to how we're using the space. But in this case, I wanted to make sure it is centered with the rug. It may not be centered with the space, but it's definitely centered with the rug. And now we're going to go ahead and start our tablescape. I'll be using some of the items I had on the table before, incorporating it with some items I already had from my dinnerware collection. I started the tablescape by using a table runner that I already had. I'm also using a beautiful ribbon that's a bit too wide to be used in my tree decor, but I think it will work well in this table setup. It's going to add a nice layer to this runner. I bought it last year from a local decor store, and since I cut it already, I'm going to be tucking it under the ends of this table runner. And we'll be adding the same greenery back to the table along with some other pieces. And as I mentioned, we're bringing in some of the items we used before in the other places around the area, like my Peace, Joy, and Noel sign from the bookshelf. And then we'll add some candles for lighting along with the dinnerware. before adding our dinnerware, I want to put our chairs in place because I want the dinnerware to line up with our placement of our chairs. Going to add a few more pieces off camera and then we'll go over everything we added to the table. Now let's go over our place setting. We have our faux leather placemat along with this really pretty champagne colored charger, our gold and white, bright gold and white dinner plate, along with our salad plate, which actually can be used as a bread and butter plate. We have our dinner napkin and our beautiful crown napkin ring. Have our flatware. It's actually plastic flatware. Now let's talk about flatware for a minute. In the past, I would not provide plastic flatware for my dinner parties, but I went to a dinner party and the host served us with plastic flatware and I appreciated it. I have to admit the cleanup was a breeze. Now let's bring in our glassware. So I absolutely love these glasses with the beautiful golden hollies. We only have 4 of each and we need 6, so we're going to do a little bit of mixing and matching, but it's going to look great. I love the long stems on these. If you forgot how the space looked before, and here is the after. I'll be replacing the blinds in the dining room to paint this entryway as well as the trim on the bottom. That is how I'm going to create a cohesive look when you walk into the area. Now, the trim on the ceiling over into the living room area is going to stay white on the top. Part of the framing of the dining room has been painted the same color as the dining room. So when you look at it off distance, all of it is going to flow. I am indecisive about my poles. I don't think I want to paint them the Urbane bronze, although I am considering it. This is how the rest of the space is looking right now. I did change my pillows here on these chairs. I took a couple of items off of the coffee table, and I also added some new golden pillows. I just picked those up. I need to remove the pricing off of those. Let me move the camera so you can see. They're really pretty gold and they put you in the mind of those. Actually, I have a sweater made like this. Do y'all remember? I have a sweater made just like this. Absolutely love it, but this is what it puts you in the mind of. And I also have a gift I need to open from Nomad Lane. I'll leave a link to that that travel bag that I absolutely love in the description. I'll open it in another video. Let's look from another angle. I'll show it before and after. I love the table setting. I love it. I absolutely love the way everything is looking, y'all. I'm going to change out the lamps. I pulled these from my bedroom because I did make some changes in there, and these are actually going upstairs. And instead of hanging those wreaths back over in this area, I put them on these sconces, the Aspar sconces that I purchased from Z Gallery. You take off the shades and you can get a good look of the candles that I use, the battery operated candles that I use for the space. So yeah, this is it, y'all. We'll do another video. But also, yes, with me moving my Peace, Noel, and Joy sign from the bookshelf, I did add those white houses to it, and I absolutely love the way it turned out. So I absolutely love the way the bookshelf looks with just swapping out that Peace, Noel, and Joy sign, and I love it. I absolutely love the way my home looks, and I am ready for a dinner party, a Christmas party, y'all. And yes, if you're wondering, where did my large hurricanes go? They went over here in the entryway along with the angels. Absolutely love them. I did pull the a couple of the items off, but for the most part, this is how it looks. Everything pretty much was in the same place. All right, y'all, this is the end of this video. Thank you all for watching my videos. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you like these types of videos and you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, turn your notification on so you'll be notified when I post videos. And feel free to like, share, and comment. It really does help my channel. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in the next one.